Hello, hello. Let me just go ahead and get the sharing. Oops. Ah, let's do it like that. Okay. Okay. Like, did it post? Did it get posted? Did it work? Did it move too quick? Okay. It worked. It worked. It worked. It worked. It worked. All right. And welcome to Moo, the therapist. This is your girl Mo, and I am so excited that you are here to do a live reading with me. We are going to start with the water signs. I'm probably just going to be doing it like this from now on, just specifically. Oh, but before I get started with the water signs, welcome back to the therapist. I am here. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And don't forget to press the notification bell. I am your gentle soul people guide, Mom, and I will be bringing you today on the tea. I'm reading for you water signs, sun, moon, rising, and Venus. Don't forget that you are watching the therapist. Thank you. Trust your gut, trust your instincts. I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm here to read the energies I'm seeing. And if you resonate and you want to take action with that, then go for it. If you don't resonate and you're not ready to take action, then shoot balance and take action if you need to. How about you? But anyways, this first reading starting at still trying to upload Earth Song, which is about all about doing. You know what I'm saying? It was already working. Let's see. That's not complete. Okay, so we are starting water signs. Okay, starting the water signs now. So, just a little recap about what you may have saw on threads. If you didn't see it, go check it out. Some of you guys may be new moms or newly expecting. We do have a full card that literally has a little teeny baby on it. So that is what made me think of that. And if that is the case for you, go ahead and put in the comment section little tiny baby emoji. Okay, so and with the full card, gotta get my spread out. That's the last thing to open up to. Okay, we're starting with the earth spread. We'll do the what's the tea deck last, and the threads that I tell will be for confirmation. Okay, but before I do so I cleared up the main energy already. Now let's add some positivity, love, light, inspiration into our reading. If there it's not for them, allow them to have discernment to know it is the event. Essentially, so if you hear them in the background, I do apologize. Probably going to tell you not to understand, so I'll tell you in a minute. We set the energy for positivity for you and to bring the best intentions in you. Starting with that first card pool. This card is called the blue card. So what's brewing beneath the surface for you? What's brewing beneath the surface for the water sign? I feel drawn to explain this to you, so I'm going to, and then I'm going to reshuffle just one card through each section. Okay, so we have the Five of Pentacles, the Emperor, and the Hierophant in reverse. With the Five of Pentacles, you're maybe feeling left out in the cold or feeling like you're guided into the wrong space, or you're taking action on the wrong things. You feel like maybe you don't have the complete understanding or the complete depth you need in order to get the rewards you're seeking. You may need to do some more research, or you're gaining clarity on your path in life. Alright. So that was a little side message for somebody. If that resonates, go ahead and let me know down in the comment section. One card for the water signs. What's brewing beneath the surface for water signs? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. What's brewing beneath the surface of water signs? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. My spreads over here. Well, they're insisting they don't want to. This time we have the Seven of Cups with the Ace of Cups. New emotional beginnings, or this could be taken as new choices that spark your emotions, or emotional choices being present being present. There's new choices coming up that may bring new emotional experiences for you. Hi Lisa, welcome in. I'm glad you came from Threads. Okay, I'm working on water signs right now. Okay, 2 is the steam, and it's going to talk about what's rising to your awareness and what's being called on to be noticed, acknowledged, and attended to. All the way from Australia, that's cool. Thank you for subscribing. Okay. So I have my spread over here, so that's what I'm looking at. So what's rising to the awareness for the water signs? What's rising to water signs awareness? Five of Pentacles, which already came out, so that's interesting. And then what's being called on to be noticed and acknowledged or attended to by the water signs? Then the stir, what's shifting or changing? Your work or the way you work is shifting. We have the Eight of Wands here, or Eight of Pentacles. And then what's the hidden message? being refilled or renewed. The Ace of Pentacles. Okay. All right. So with the Five of Ariel or the Five of Coins and the Queen of Raphael, which is the Queen of Cups, in traditional tarot, it's speaking to you needing to have some patience or understanding with yourself. Give yourself some grace and trust your instincts. You may be in a place where you're feeling like you're not able to trust your instincts, or you may feel uncomfortable trusting your instincts. Sorry. Um, oh my kids just woke up. All right. And then for the third card, we were talking about what's shifting and changing, and I was mentioning the way you work, or you're having a promotion in your work life, or you could be taking on more responsibility, or possibly training others. You could be learning something new. Please turn it. And then we have for the sip, how can I nourish myself right now? So something you can do to nourish yourself in this moment is to slow down with the temperance in reverse. It's something that you are learning, you could be struggling with. Um, I'm not a water sign, but personally that part resonates with me because I do struggle with slowing down and taking time and being patient with things that require patience. I have a really hard time with that. So I can understand that with the temperance, it's about slowing down, especially in the reverse like this, about slowing down, taking time, and being patient with yourself. Um, it specifically says self control and patience, forgiving and healing energy, and then success that comes from objective compromise. So if you're in a relationship, maybe needing to find some compromise within that relationship, or you're starting to find that balance. I'm being, I'm looking back at the first card, what's brewing beneath the surface. And what's brewing beneath the surface is there are some choices coming up that are going to expand or spark a new emotional experience. Is probably most likely going to be positive, especially if you've been setting those intentions for something positive. And then if you're looking for a romantic relationship, that could also be on the horizon with the Ace of Cups or the Ace of Raphael in the sky. It also says deep, lasting spiritual insights, and maybe gaining or receiving spiritual insights that you've not noticed before, or it's becoming to be more clear. What's interesting is with the Queen of Cups or the Queen of Raphael in this deck, it says a psychic and giving. So you could be receiving more psychic or intuitive downloads, but you may not be as trusting to them as that card had originally came out in the reverse. So something that's being refilled in your life is your ability to let go of things that no longer serve you, saying no to things that don't feel right to you, and balancing the work that you put in with the Nine of Ariels, which is the Nine of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles. This is a lot of material abundance, material wealth, and it doesn't necessarily have to do with money. It could just be you have the things you need in life. And so materially, you're being supported, you're being taken care of, and there's not much to be concerned for because You're doing the things that you need to do, and you're learning to trust your intuition in order to make better decisions and choices just for yourself. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Hanged One in reverse. So you are stepping out of this pause. You've gained clarity on something that you've been looking for clarity on, and the insight is coming forward. So you're daring to be different, and you're stepping into life in a new way, and you feel accomplished doing that. You feel comfortable doing that now. Where I feel like in the past you may not have felt so comfortable to put yourself out there in the way you've been putting yourself out there now. And then we're gonna dig into the What's the Tea deck. I don't feel like I need any clarifiers from the other deck. I do get a lot about new beginnings here. We had the Fool that came out, so I really feel like with this Fool card and then the Ace of Raphael and the Ace of Ariel, there's a lot of new beginnings happening for you, especially in your emotional state, just the way you handle your emotions, how you're able to deliver your emotions to others, how you receive other people's emotions. I feel like that's expanding and it's happening in a new way, something new. And then the same when it comes to the Ace of Ariel, which is the Ace of Pentacles. Pentacles are about physicalness in the 3D world, so the things that you can physically touch, like money and things of that nature, your stability, your well-being, your home life. That's what the Pentacles talks about. And with the Ace of Pentacles, there's a new beginning with that. There's something new happening there for you. Okay, what's the tea for the water signs? You could have children, like I said. You could be getting new children. You may not be interested, or you're moving out of the state of being uninterested in things. You're no longer, you could be no longer rejecting certain things, or being able to reject the right things, so the wrong things, so the right things can come in. There's a releasing of ego. You could have had an ego death. A dark night of the soul could be significant. You could be cutting out bad habits, whatever that may be for you. I know this card always talks about drugs, addictions, and toxicities, but this, like for me, cutting out a bad habit might be like not drinking so much coffee and making sure I replace some of that coffee with water, or like doing more teas, which I'm working on that. That's really hard because I do really like coffee. I've decided I like the creaminess of coffee, so I've been trying to switch it with matcha, and that's it's not the same. But anyways, that may resonate for you when it comes to other things in your life that you may hold on to, but may not necessarily be the best thing for you. Somebody could be trying to get some evidence on you or proof of something, but you're just out here shining your light, and you shining your light is irritating people that feel like you're not being authentic. I feel like there may be people around you that feel like you're not being authentic, that you may be faking it. Could be coming up on money or an inheritance or an unexpected money could be coming in. Oh, I do like chai tea, so I might have to try that. I might have to try that. That's a good idea. Um, and then this card came out in the reverse. Dirt digging, it landed on ego. Looking at the ego card, it's talking specifically about somebody having a hurt ego or ego getting in the way of a relationship. This could be somebody thinking that something for real is happening when indeed it's not, like almost like a figment of their imagination. Like they may, and that might be where the screenshot's coming in from. Let's just grab a few more cards and then I'm gonna, okay, that's the few more. Okay, travel coming out, and I did say that in the, yeah, I did say that in on threads. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, you're just out here winning. You're living your best life. You're loving who you're around. You have love on the brain. Somebody, okay. Somebody's taking control. Boss daddy energy. They just doing their thing. I feel like this is your energy. You could have Leo placements as well with the Queen Rising. Always gives me Leo energy because she makes me think of a lion. I don't know why. I look at her and I see a lion. Her face looks like a lion to me. I don't know. And my camera sucks on here. Somebody or you could already have spotted the wolf in sheep's clothing with it in the reverse. Um, okay, grudge holder came out on top of bad habits, so maybe you're not the person directly doing. Since this card specifically has drugs on it, it made me think of this. So maybe you're not the person directly doing the drugs, but you have somebody in your family or around you that is a drug user of some sort. They could have passed from an OD or, dismantled the family dynamic, and somebody around you or you yourself could be holding a grudge on that. I feel like that's not going to be for everybody. That was random, and so I said it. Okay. Marrying for money. Somebody could be marrying for money, and that came out with love triangle, so that's interesting. I feel like this deck is all about drama. I feel like this deck's all about the drama. It's real. It's always dramatic. All right. Oh, somebody's always partying. Maybe you've been traveling a lot, or somebody's been traveling a lot, and they've been partying. Okay, so that is the Watcher signs. I think so. Hold on, I feel like I want to pull a different card for a different day. This one. I'm gonna pull from the Mystical Journey Oracle. I was gonna say journal. Or sometimes my brain moves faster than my mouth. Okay. So let's see. What is what is so somebody could be resilient. I don't know, these cards, a lot of my decks have like such inappropriate cards. I hope YouTube doesn't flag me. I mean, I don't care, but then I do because I want everybody that needs to see it to see it. I guess everybody will. Anyways, water sign, sun, moon, rising, Venus. Water sign, sun, moon, rising, Venus. Water sign, sun, moon, rising, Venus. We have cycles of life. Then bottom of the deck, life review. That's giving me the Hanged Man, introspection. And then we have breaking free. So I feel like ultimately, water signs, you guys have been just working on seeing the things that have occurred, not just like in your lifetime, but within your family dynamic and possibly with like friendships, just all kinds of relationships within your life. You're seeing certain cycles of how it works and just learning to deal with it. You're also could be dealing with death or a person that handles grief from others. I don't necessarily want to say very well, but you could just be a person that just handles grief in a way that most people don't. And so it's easy for you just to see these things as cycles of life. Um, and then with the breaking free, I just feel like you're seeing these cycles when it comes to generational habits, structures, situations. You're seeing it and you're trying to break free from it. You're trying not to let it have a hold on you because you're seeing how it's had a hold on the people in the past. And you're trying to heal those pains from within yourself. You may feel like you healing it within is helping like global transitions. Growth. And this is giving me Ace of Pentacle vibes. And then we got healing hands and manifestations. So something is growing. Things are coming to fruition. There's a grandmother around, whether it's in the physical or in spirit, but there's somebody around you that gives more of a grandmother energy, very protective, but yet loving and nurturing and gentle. Okay. All right. Now we're going to move on to water, air. So air is going to start, we'll say at 27 minutes. So it can give me time to. Okay. Over there. So, air signs, I am here. I just started air right now. Okay. Air signs. I am, because water was something that was coming up strongly, I felt the need to use the Sea Soul Oracle. So that's what I'm going to use. I may or may not read from the guidebook. It does have mantras in there, so I might read it, but I might not. We'll see. And then, okay, there was nothing else. Yeah, there was nothing else besides that I wanted to say when it came to that. Okay, so for air signs, we are going to get started, but first let me clear the energy. Sorry. Water, Cancer. Fun. I'm sorry if you hear my children. They love their mommy. And I'm glad they love their mommy. But I don't like that. Hey, hey, Zay, Z. You're being rude to mommy. Mommy's trying to do a video. You're being rude. They can't hear me because you're screaming too loud. Aw, I'm not ready for mine to grow up. I'm really sad to think about that. I mean, a part of me is like, there'll be like some relief because they're kind of doing their own thing now, right? But then just like that, like, there's not gonna be no screaming and tablet or dogs chasing the other one around and the other one pretending to be a dog to get the ball. So things like that will be mixed. But then there are other joys that come when they grow up. Okay, so for air signs, we have the first card is going to be the brew of the week. So what's brewing beneath the surface for you, air signs? We have the divine guidance, which is connected to the Hierophant, and then this it's talking about a searching for meaning of life, considered an alternative approach, and surrounding yourself with wise teachers or friends, mentors, And then you have the Queen of Michael, which is the Queen of Swords. And I feel like this is you. You're surrounding yourself with with these knowledgeable people, but you are very knowledgeable yourself. You're very self-reliant and you're insightful. You could be quite humorous. People may find you very funny and enjoy being around you. Um, During this week, you could be invited to go out more. And I just lost my train of thought. I guess that might have been it. Could be invited to go out more. You may be more taking more exploration on your own. Hermit energy. Okay, so what's rising to air sign awareness? What's rising to the air signs awareness? What's rising to the air sign awareness? Okay, and what's being called on to be noticed? Okay, balance is being called to your awareness, which is interesting because you said you're dealing with the water cancer, and this same card came out in that reading. So it was actually in the reverse. So I don't remember what I said about it because it depends what other cards were around there. But there's success that comes from objective compromise, self control, and patience, forgiving and healing energy. So you guys could be working on forgiving each other or one another for past turmoils, pains, issues, whatever the case may be for you guys. But on the other end, this could be internal as well, just you forgiving yourself for certain things. And with the Empress here, she speaks usually about fertility and abundance, prosperity, and birth. The animals, deers and squirrels could be significant to you. Frogs and butterflies. Oh, there's even two lovebirds in this picture. The camera's so bad, so I don't think it'll pick it up. But I promise there's two lovebirds in there. And it doesn't really pick it up. That sucks. One day I will have a really good camera and I'll be able to see all of them. Good things take time, don't they? That's anyways. And then this Empress card in particular is saying that creativity is being rewarded. There's something luxurious or abundant resources that are coming forward. And then this is a good time to take action on your plans. And then, so what's being called for you to notice? Taking action, get creative, and then let's see what is the stir for the week? What's shifting, changing? There's a move away from emotional manipulation. There's a move towards seeing one another in a kind, understanding, giving way. There's this follow your heart kind of energy, a love of home and family, and there's a trustworthy psychic information or trustworthy um, psychic download. Like you could be gaining information, and it's you can trust that information you're gaining. Yeah. You can be making plans forward or taking bold action to move in a different direction. There is great progress to come, and important relationships with people who share your vision are coming forward. Let's see. How can the air signs nourish themselves right now? You have the Three of Cups. So celebrate your wins, even if they're small. It's important to celebrate, spend time with your community, or even your friends. There could be some happy announcements coming forward, again, about relationships and children. So, the water signs, there was a talk about, what should we call it? Water signs, there could be a talk of, there was a talk of having babies. So, and then you have the Nine of Michael. There's an unnecessary worry here. You don't need to worry. Focus your thoughts on the outcome and your desires. Release guilt and regret, as well as worry. There's a perspective shift happening. Justice is coming in, and there's a restoration in love, but there could just be a restoration within yourself for the other person. Okay. Okay, what's the hidden message? And the perspective card came back out. There's a better way. It is time to take a pause and reflect. Whether it's about the relationship or other things happening, it is time to pause and reflect and look at what's to come for you. It's time to be patient. It's time to take time to yourself so you can clearly hear what's coming forward for you. And then what's being refilled or renewed for the air signs. What's being refilled or renewed for the air signs? What's being refilled or renewed for the air signs? What's being refilled or renewed for the air signs? Nine of Ariel, which also came out in the water. Three of Gabriel at the bottom of the deck. So what's being refilled is dreams. Your hard work is leading you to success, so continue to pour into what you love, and beautiful things in life will come to you from you building in what you love. There's prosperity to come forward, but you need to slow down and just trust your intuition. There's no need to rush forward. It is okay. It will be okay. We are going to end. Oh, I didn't do any of these dumb. Let's see. We're just going to pull some at random. Forcing a relationship or forcing something. Sweet talking. Okay. Played out. Something's played out. Scarcity tactics. If none of these are resonating, don't claim them. Leave them where they are. Threatening, you may not be threatened. They might try to threaten you, but you may not be threatened. Ego. Queen rising. Girl fight. The Three of Cups did come out, so hopefully there's no third party energies here. I would hate that for you. Drama starter. It was in the reverse, so you may not be playing that shit. Creeping. Somebody's watching. Okay, let's see. Are there any more that need to come out for the air signs? Love triangles in the reverse, so that may not be for everybody. There may not even be a love triangle. It may be not with like a physical person. It could be a love triangle with the job. wasting time, clout hungry, creativity, child services. Again, I'm going to say take what resonates because some of this stuff is wild. Okay. Like I said, I feel like that deck is just for the drama. So if you like the drama, that's why I do it at the end. But I'm serious. All right, and then we're gonna close it out with this Oracle deck. This is going to be the Sea Soul Journeys Oracle cards, and then I may read the mantras they created for the guide from the guidebook. Okay, what's up with their water? Something about the water came up. Spiritual bath, drinking more with slime. What's the energy with this water there? So we have imagine and lightness. Imagine says, may you look beyond what can be seen. And lightness says, may the light lift you to the surface. So let me find them in here. Oh, open right up to imagine. Ain't that crazy? So here's imagine. Isn't that beautiful? I love that card. Okay, your mantra is I dream my vision into being. May you conceive of it. May you be led by bold dreams and intuition. May your creativity flow. May you seek the possible in the impossible. Your reflection today is the undersea world reflects your imagination, rich with instinctive impulses, ideas, and emotions. Immersed, immersed. You can look within, behind, and beyond your current experience and explore new possibilities without fear. All right, and then we have lightness. Let me find it. There's lightness. I found it. Okay, lightness. The mantra is as I rise, my soul lightens. Blessings. May you delight in finding peace above, even as the water shifts beneath. May you change perspective. May joy fuel you to soar beyond and above. Reflection. Floating upon the sea, your heart can perceive the whole luminous sky. In releasing your dread of being incoming of each incoming swell, you find buoyancy. Your soul lifted by gentle waves of grace and laughter. All right. Thank you, air signs. I am going to go ahead and clean up and move on to fire signs. Fire signs, I'm going to be pinning you down in a few moments. Okay, fire signs. You guys are going to be starting at 45 minutes. Okay, let me go ahead and spark this up. We're going to clear the space, clear the decks up, and get it ready for fire sign, sun, moon, rising, and Venus. So if you're a fire sign, again, thank you for your time. Don't forget to subscribe, and I appreciate you coming to visit me today on this wonderful Sunday live for this reading. All right, clearing out the space, clearing out the air energy, the fire energy, the water energy. I'm going to clear out the decks for you. Make sure there's no more residual air sign energy. All fire energy. Fill it up with positive fire energy. Let's get this fire expanded. Okay. Deck here. Okay. And then today we had the Nine of Swords for the week. Immediately rest and rejuvenation. I know it does not look like that, but that is what I just heard. Rest and rejuvenation. Okay, and with the fire signs, so there was something that I wanted to expand on from threads. So I had falling up literally. So when I heard falling up, like literally falling up, it feels like you're falling, but you're really falling upward. Like you're becoming more great. You're you were great before, but you're more great now. You know what I mean? Like you're expanding, you're growing. The energy is not what it once was. You are not once what you once were, and so you're falling up. You're elevating. You're growing. You're expanding. All right. Hey, Zay. No, the other way. Turn it down. Thank you. Turn it down some more, please. Or go get your headphones. They're right here. Come get them. I got her ready. And we're gonna end with this deck. This is the Mystical Journeys deck. Oh my gosh. I love the imagery in here. It might be slightly inappropriate. YouTube algorithm may not like it, but shoot, I don't care. I like it. Okay. Shuffle this up. This one. Oh, combos. I guess there were some messages in this deck for y'all. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. Things are slowly coming in. Many blessings you've been hoping for, wishing for, are coming in. You are realizing that you are the problem. You're running from stuff. You're overwhelming yourself unnecessarily. And you're looking to try and face it. You're having a hard time. But you understand justice is going to be coming forward. You know, things may be moving quickly, a lot of confrontation, or you're so focused on other things you can't be bothered. You have the strength to move forward from the disagreements, from the arguments. Okay, I wasn't trying to pull from that deck, but all right, I did my notes from that one. Okay, what is brewing beneath the surface? What is the brew this week? What's brewing beneath the surface for the fires? Brewing beneath the surface for fire signs. Justice. Not even making it up. Justice. What's right for you? What feels right for you? Eight of Swords, Eight of Michael. That just came out in the other deck. Can't make that shit up. You can be free, make a courageous choice to change your situation, not seeing things clearly. You are blinding yourself. The Emperor, you may not be taking action where action is needed. And that is going for the steam for the week. What's rising to awareness? What's rising to awareness is you are self-sabotaging yourself. You are creating limiting beliefs. You are creating obstacles in your way. And then notice what's being called on to be noticed, acknowledged, or attended to. The lack of action. You need to take more action in something, fire sign, sun, moon, rising, Venus. Take action when necessary. And then the stir for the week. What's stirring up is, or what's shifting, changing. Knight of Michaels in reverse. You're slowing down your communication. That's what's stirring up. That's what's changing. You're changing the way you communicate with others. You're changing from being a weak communicator to being a strong, committed communicator. You're saying what you mean, meaning what you're saying, moving forward this week, fire signs. You have a very intellectual mind, very diligent in the things that you are choosing to do, and you are taking the time to choose wisely and logically. You're not looking at it from an emotional standpoint. You're looking at what these changes mean for you and your family. And these changes may be sudden, as it does say sudden changes. And now it's taking me to the earth signs. Tower and the sun card came out. Sudden positive changes is what I said for the earth signs, okay? There are sudden positive changes possibly on the horizon. If you look at this card, the darkness is clearing and light is coming in. Yeah, so sudden positive changes. Okay, that's the stir. The sip. How can I nourish myself right now? How can these fire signs nourish themselves right now? Fire signs, sun, moon, rising, Venus. The Three of Cups. Celebrate. Celebrate the small wins. Celebrate where you're at this moment. Move forward with love and grace and dignity. You've been diligent. You've had integrity. Move forward with that. Leaves, the tea leaves this week. What's hidden message? What's the intuitive download for the fire signs? What's the hidden message? What's the intuitive download for the fire signs? I gotta go on the other side of the desk. So, also, while I went up to get these cards, we had 999 on the floor over there for my numerology cards that I made myself. Um, that's interesting. You need to pour some stuff out of your thoughts. Take some things out, sit, allow the clarity to come forward. And have patience. You're really not having the patience. Then you have the temperance and the two of pentacles, and that talks a lot about balance, understanding, patience, growth. Mm, I keep hearing the word dignity, contemplation. There's somebody that's kind and understanding coming forward to you. This person is going to provide you divine guidance. I think that's what it is. The hidden message is to be patient. Somebody's coming forward and is going to provide you the proper information for you to make the right decisions for the right balance within your life. Okay, and then refill. What's being refilled or renewed? The Empress, the beauty, your abundance, your love for life, the abundance of love for life you've had. There is something coming forward for you. This is something that's going to provide financial stability. That's what's coming forward. This is going to be something that's going to allow you to move from your truth. It's going to allow you to share your perspective. It's going to allow you to analyze things and be straightforward without it hurting or being an issue. It's going to be your leap of faith. You just need to believe in yourself and listen to your heart, and the rest will follow suit. Take things slow. Don't work too hard in this time of your life. This is not a time to work hard. This is time to slow down. Even with the Four of Cups, it's a time to slow down and to be patient. And then what else is being refilled? Because I wasn't done with that part. So you're bringing in creativity. You've taken the action you needed, and now you're looking at the abundance of resources available for you to choose from. And with that, your plans are working out very well. Professional and financial success is on the horizon, and use your resources wisely. You are a successful, stable, accomplished, and powerful fire sign. But not only are you those things, you are also strong, committed, intellectual, and diligent. You're also kind, understanding, giving, and you have your psychic wits about you. Use these things to fight for equality. Um, Make sure if you're in a position of power, you're doing things out of the fairness, but don't give up on your dreams. Don't give up on the things that bring you joy and pleasure. Okay, so we are going to pull a little bit of cards from this What's the Tea deck. This is what originally inspired my weekly tea readings, and I'm working on getting other decks to also align with that. I just feel this deck is so very drama filled. So we have fishing for comments, dodging bullets. You're not hustling as hard. You're not moving as quickly. You are trying to learn the power of patience. Somebody may have tried to steal something from you, but it was blocked, or you realized that this was a dirty offer, or this person has a bad reputation. Somebody's rejected something, probably somebody they're not interested in. You may feel like you don't have the means to travel, or you want to travel and you're feeling stagnant with that kind of thought process. Somebody may think that somebody's in a love affair or a third party situation. They may not have facts when it comes to this. Okay. See, dirty offer and offer. You're just rejecting it, but this person's into you bad. You're just, you're really just not into them like that, or into the situation like that anymore. Legal issues, justice again, Libra energy. You could be a lawyer or in law, and you're realizing somebody's not having the proof. This could be a divorce situation when it's coming to the situation with the children, love on the brain. You guys could have gotten a divorce because of a infidelity issues or somebody being super abusive or threatening. You're dodging a bullet by ignoring the situation. This person may have used fake accounts, and you're recognizing they're operating in ego, and you're deciding not to play in that. That's just not the energy you want. You are being that girl, okay, that boy. You could be fighting this situation creatively or just intuitively. You just know how this person might play dirty, and so you intuitively know that, and you're operating with that. Okay, any other messages using the mystical journey or any messages? Mystical journey or any messages? Fire sign, sun, moon, light, and demon. Okay, so we've got divine getaway. It's taking back your power. It was in the reverse, so you may need to be mindful about giving out too much of yourself. Letting go. Could be letting go of old patterns, inspiration, letting go of what you're not inspired about. You're letting go of old cycles, whether it's generational or it's a rebirth. Eternal self. There's a rebirth within yourself. There's redemption on the horizon. You are learning to be more authentic in the way you move and the way you express yourself in this world. And with that, I leave you, fire signs. Thank you for joining me here today. I really appreciate your time here on my YouTube channel. I want to extend myself in a way of gratitude. You don't even understand how grateful I am to have you guys on my YouTube channel watching the videos and enjoying this space with me. I enjoy making these videos, so it makes me even more exciting when other people are here to watch my videos. Peace.